you will love her so.
This is the story of Cinderella.
Cinderella is a little girl, pretty as a picture with a golden curl.
She's so sweet and gentle, you will love her so.
In this fairy tale written long ago.
My name is Cinderella, and I live in a big house with my stepmother and two stepsisters. I'm the only one who does any work in the house, and all day long everyone calls my name.
Cinderella, Cinderella, wash the dishes from the floor, see who's knocking at the door.
Where's my dress? Brush my hair. Gee, I can't be everywhere.
Cinderella, Cinderella.
I'm coming.
One day, as Cinderella was working, she heard a knock on the door. When she opened the door, a messenger from the king's palace stood before her.
Hear ye, hear ye. Be it known that the ladies of this household are cordially invited to attend the grand ball at the king's palace tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
The king's palace. Oh, how I wish I could go, but I don't have any fine clothes to wear.
Finally, the night of the ball arrived. Cinderella watched her stepmother and two sisters, dressed in their finest clothes, ride off to the palace. And poor Cinderella went into the house and sat by the fire weeping. Suddenly, she heard a voice speaking.
Hello, Cinderella. I'm your fairy godmother. Why do you weep?
I'm sad because I can't go to the grand ball at the palace.
Don't worry, Cinderella, and you shall go. Fetch me a pumpkin that's big and round. You'll find now 6 white mice that are big and fat. And also find me a big black rat. Now just 6 lizards last of all, and you shall go to the palace ball. Dindry-dandry-dandry-doo, I ask of you.
The pumpkin turned into a golden coach. The 6 white mice turned into 6 beautiful white horses. The rat became a splendid coachman. The 6 lizards turned into footmen. Then with one sweep of a magic wand, the ragged clothes that Cinderella wore turned into a shimmering golden dress. And when she looked at her feet, she was wearing the most beautiful glass slippers you ever did see.
Oh, how beautiful I look. Thank you, fairy godmother. Now I can go to the ball.
Yes, Cinderella, go to the ball, but remember this. You must leave by midnight, or else your beautiful clothes will turn to rags. Go now, Cinderella. You'll be the queen of the ball.
Don't forget to leave before the clock strikes 12. Cinderella went to the ball. Cinderella, loveliest of all.
Pretty as a picture in her golden gown.
Cinderella danced round and round.
When the prince met Cinderella, he bowed and said, "I'd like to dance with you." Cinderella and the prince danced and danced the whole night through. Suddenly, the clock struck 12.
Cinderella ran from the ball when she heard the clock strike in the palace hall.
At the stroke of midnight, like the wind she flew.
As she ran away, she lost her little glass shoe.
By the time Cinderella had passed through the palace gates, it was 1 minute after 12.
Oh, my fine clothes have turned to rags, and my footmen are lizards, my coachman a big black rat. Oh, look, my 6 white horses have turned to mice, and the golden coach is once more a pumpkin.
Later that evening, when her mother and stepsisters returned from the ball, one of her sisters said,
If you had been at the ball, Cinderella, you would have seen the finest, most beautiful princess in all the world.
What was her name? Where did she come from?
No one knows her name, but the king's son would give the whole world to know.
The next day, the prince issued a proclamation.
Hear ye, ladies of the kingdom. Be it known that the prince has chosen for his bride the one who fits this tiny glass slipper that was lost at the ball last night.
Who can wear the little glass shoe? Who can wear the little glass shoe? The prince will take you for his bride if you can fit the shoe.
The prince searched and searched throughout the entire kingdom, but the little glass slipper seemed to fit no one. Finally, he came to Cinderella's house, and when Cinderella's stepsisters tried on the slipper, it just wouldn't fit.
Oh, it's too small. It hurts my foot. Gosh, my foot's too big. It won't fit me either.
Please, Your Highness, may I try the slipper?
Why should it fit you? You're just a cinder girl.
When Cinderella tried the slipper, much to everyone's surprise and amazement, it fit as smooth as a glove. Then the prince cried, "You shall be my bride and live in the palace forever and ever." And everyone started to sing.
Cinderella fits the shoe. Cinderella, it fits you. Everyone is so surprised. It's you, it's you, it's you. Cindy fits the little glass shoe. Cindy fits the little glass shoe. She's to be the prince's bride. Not you, not you, not you. 'Cause Cindy fits the shoe.
And so the prince took Cinderella in his golden carriage, and they rode off to the palace, where they lived happily ever after. And that is the story of Cinderella.
Sleep, 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 sleeping beauty, all through the night and the day. Sleep, 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 sleeping beauty, your prince will come someday.
A long while ago, in a country far, far away, there lived a king and queen who were very happy because, at last, a beautiful little princess had just been born to them. And to celebrate this wonderful event, they planned a big banquet and invited everyone in their kingdom, including the 10 good fairies. Now, there was one wicked old fairy that the king did not invite, but she found out about the banquet and was determined to come anyway. Not knowing this, the king ordered only 10 golden plates for the happy event, and on the golden plates were the names of the 10 good fairies.
10 golden plates for 10 good little fairies, having each name in letters of gold. Each golden plate brings 10 golden wishes for this little princess we love. 10 times 10 is 100 good wishes, sworn by the stars up above. 10 golden plates for 10 good little fairies bring happiness and health, happiness and wealth to this beautiful princess we love.
When the wicked old fairy found out that there was no golden plate for her, she became very angry. The 10 good fairies, fearing that she might put a curse on the baby princess, planned to hide the 10th fairy until after this evil deed. Then this good fairy would come out and undo any harm that had been done. When the banquet was finished, the 9 good fairies touched the little princess with their magic wands and wished her health, wealth, happiness, and everything that is good. The wicked old fairy did not notice that one of the good fairies had not yet blessed the little princess, and so she thought that the curse that she was about to give would be lasting. She touched the princess and said,
"In her 15th year, this princess shall prick her finger with a spinning wheel needle and shall die."
Everyone was terror-stricken by this dreadful curse.
What shall we do? What can we do? Our princess must not die.
Just then, the 10th good fairy came out of hiding. Touching the princess with her magic wand, she said,
This princess shall not die, but will only fall into a deep sleep. After 100 years, a handsome prince will awaken her, and they will be married and live happily ever after. Sleep, 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 sleeping beauty, dream till your dreams come true.
The years passed swiftly by until the princess reached her 15th birthday. The king and queen, having long since forgotten the evil curse of the wicked old fairy, were preparing a wonderful party for her.
Happy birthday to a princess so fair. May your future be bright, with happiness to spare. Happy birthday, this is the heaven on earth day. For life is so wonderful when you are 15.
Until this time, the princess had never gone up to the high tower in the north wing of the castle. Deciding to find out what was there, she climbed the long, winding stairs. When she reached the top, she came into a large, round room filled with old, dusty furniture. All at once, she spied a spinning wheel standing alongside a large bed. As she was turning the wheel, she felt a sharp prick in her finger and fell back on the bed, fast asleep. At last, the wicked old fairy's curse had been fulfilled. The moment the princess's head touched the pillow, everyone in the castle, including all the animals, fell asleep.
Sleep, 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 sleeping beauty, dream all your cares away.
As time went on, the castle became completely overgrown with thorny hedges and vines until it could no longer be seen. Many people tried to visit the castle, but found that it was impossible to get through these thorns. In the 100th year, a prince from far across the sea heard of the sleeping princess and was determined to see her. After many weeks of trying, he finally broke through and reached the castle. Climbing the tower, he came to the room where the princess was sleeping. She was so beautiful that he knelt down and kissed her. The princess opened her eyes and smiled when she saw the handsome prince. At the same time, the king and queen and everyone in the castle woke up. They continued preparations for the birthday party, which they had started 100 years before. But instead of a birthday party, it became a wedding party for the prince and princess.
This is a beautiful wedding day. Everyone's happy and gay. The handsome prince and the beautiful princess will, as the storybooks say, live happily, happily ever after. Life shall be filled with both fun and laughter. Let's be gay, let's all be gay. This beautiful, 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 beautiful wedding day.
On a warm summer day many years ago, a little girl named Alice was making daisy chains in the grass when suddenly, right in front of her, ran a little white rabbit with long ears and pink eyes. He was wearing white gloves, and he carried a green umbrella and a little magic fan.
Oh, my ears and whiskers, I mustn't be late. I mustn't be late. I'm a silly little rabbit from Wonderland. I've got a green umbrella and a magic fan. I'd like to stay and play with you, but I've got things that I must do. Hippity-hop, hippity-hop, I'm off to Wonderland.
And away ran the little white rabbit and jumped down the rabbit hole, with Alice following right behind him. Alice found herself sitting at the bottom of the rabbit hole, in the middle of a big room, surrounded by many beautiful golden doors, all tightly shut. Then she spied a golden key lying on a little glass table.
Oh,
Oh, maybe this will fit one of the doors, and I'll find the White Rabbit.
But the only door that the key would fit was a tiny door which led to a beautiful garden. And this door was hardly as big as a dollhouse door.
Oh, dear, I'll never fit through that door.
But just then, Alice saw a bottle with the words, "Drink me," written on it. So she took a drink from the bottle.
Oh, my goodness, I'm getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
And there was little Alice, so very, very small, until she spied a little box lying near the wall. In the box was a small cake with the words, "Eat me," marked in raisins. So she ate the cake.
Oh, my goodness, I'm getting taller and taller and taller. Stop, stop!
Alice was now over 9 feet high and so frightened, she didn't notice the White Rabbit coming down the hall.
I'm a silly little rabbit from Wonderland, where turtles go to school and think it's grand, where elephants are as big as fleas. And now if you will pardon me, I'll take off like the breeze.
As the rabbit ran away, he dropped his little magic fan. Alice picked up the fan and started to fan herself. With each swish of the fan, she grew smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh, my, that's small enough. I'll just throw this fan away and look for the little White Rabbit.
As Alice searched for the White Rabbit, she wandered into the beautiful garden. And there she saw a very strange sight. Coming through the trees was a procession of soldiers and all sorts of funny animals and a large carriage made of playing cards with a sign that read, "King and Queen of Hearts." The king and queen sat on the throne and everyone gathered about to watch the trial of the Knave of Hearts who had stolen the tarts. Just as Alice had found a seat next to the jury box, she made a discovery.
Oh, my dear, I'm getting taller and taller and taller.
Just at that moment, the king called the name of the next witness.
Alice?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
The king looked at Alice and said in a loud voice,
Everyone over a mile tall must leave this court instantly.
I'm not a mile tall. And furthermore, I was just looking for the White Rabbit.
The king called for order.
Order!
And read from a book.
Here in Wonderland, 'tis very plain to see that you are just as tall as any tree. Just a mile would be my guess, nothing more and nothing less. So you'll have to leave the courtroom, yes-sirree.
I will not leave the courtroom, and I'm not a mile tall.
Off with her head! Off with her head! Yelled the queen.
Oh, you can't scare me. You're nothing but a pack of playing cards.
At that point, all the cards suddenly rushed right at Alice and jumped at her head.
Stop! Stop!
And then, guess what happened? Alice shouted so loudly, she woke herself up. You see, it was all a dream. And that is the story of Wonderland, where things are upside down and nothing's planned. Of Alice's dream of a king and a queen and a little white rabbit from Wonderland. Many, many years ago, there was a dear little girl named Goldilocks. Although she loved her mother and father very much and obeyed them in almost every other thing, little Goldilocks kept wandering away from home. Her mother had said,
Goldilocks, you must stay in the yard. Good little girls don't wander away from home.
Her father had taken her on his knee and warned her time and time again of the big bad animals that might chase her and frighten her to tears. But one day Goldilocks wandered off into the woods. She suddenly found that she had lost her way. Then up ahead of her she saw a tiny wee house. And she said to herself,
Maybe some kind people live there, and they'll show me the way to go home.
So she went up and knocked on the door. She knocked and knocked again and again. But nobody came to the door. After a little while, she began to get very, very hungry. So she tiptoed into the house and went into the dining room. And there, what do you think she found?
Oh, look, 3 bowls of porridge. A big bowl, a middle-sized bowl, and a dear little teeny-weeny bowl.
She took a taste of the porridge in the big bowl.
Oh, that's too hot.
Then she took a taste of the middle-sized bowl of porridge.
Oh, that's too cold.
So she tasted the porridge in the little teeny-weeny bowl.
That is just right.
And so she ate it all up. She was so sleepy, she went into the bedroom, and there she found 3 beds. 1 big bed, 1 middle-sized bed, and 1 dear little teeny-weeny bed. So Goldilocks climbed into the teeny-weeny bed and was soon fast asleep. But while she was sleeping, the people who lived in the little house came home. And what do you think? They were 3 bears. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and little Baby Bear. And were they surprised to find someone had been eating their porridge? And the 3 bears said,
Someone has been eating my porridge.
Someone has been eating my porridge, too.
Oh, someone's been eating my porridge and ate it all up.
So the 3 bears started looking around the house. Finally, they got to the bedroom, and they said,
Someone has been sleeping in my bed.
Someone has been sleeping in my bed, too.
Oh, somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and here she is.
Their voices awakened Goldilocks. She jumped up out of bed and ran out of the house. And even though she had been a naughty girl to wander away from home, a good little angel was watching over her and guided her home out of the woods. When she arrived, she climbed into her mother's arms and said,
Oh, Mother, I'll never wander out of our yard again.
And that is the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. In a faraway land, there once lived a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. Now, I bet you want to know why she was called by such a funny name, don't you? Well, she loved to run through the woods to visit her grandmother who lived in the next village. So the little girl's mother made her a bright red hood to wear so her father could see her a long ways off and could go and meet her. One day, her mother fixed up a nice basket of good things to eat.
Little one, here are some goodies for your grandmother. I wish you'd take them to her. But mind you, dear, don't stop and talk with anyone on the way.
Going through the woods, Little Red Riding Hood heard a rough, gruff voice.
Where are you going, Little Red Riding Hood?
I'm going to see my dear grandmother who lives in the little white house in the next village through the woods.
Little Red Riding Hood wasn't afraid of the wolf because she liked animals and was always friendly with them. But the wolf, oh, he was a bad one. He ran as fast as the wind and got to our grandmother's house ahead of the little girl.
Who's there?
It's your grandchild, Little Red Riding Hood, and I brought you some nice things to eat.
Well, pull the bobbin, child, and the latch will fly up.
So the wolf pulled the bobbin, and the door opened. When she saw the wolf, Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother ran quickly away. Because he was very hungry and hadn't eaten for 3 days, the wolf decided to wait for Little Red Riding Hood so he could gobble her up. So he put on Grandma's clothes and nightcap and got into bed. Soon Little Red Riding Hood arrived and knocked at the door. Who's there?
It's your grandchild, Little Red Riding Hood.
Well, pull the bobbin, child, and the latch will fly up. Little Red Riding Hood opened the door and went in. She put the basket on the table and went over to sit on the side of the bed to be near her grandmother. But oh, she was frightened to see how her grandmother looked.
Grandmother, what big ears you have.
The better to hear you, my child.
Grandmother, what big eyes you have.
The better to see you, my child.
Grandmother, what big teeth you have.
The better to eat you up, my child. But Little Red Riding Hood jumped up and ran quickly out of the house through the woods to her home. Because she had on her red hood, her father saw her from a long ways off and came running to meet her. And from that time on, Little Red Riding Hood never stopped to talk with strangers.